Yo, what's good, everybody? It's CDG here, and today we're with another review. And today we're reviewing one random webtoon. I know it seems like there's no consistency with these videos. I did one random manga one shot, one random manhwa, but today, I was on Twitter looking through, just looking through my search feed, and I found a webtoon called BAKAMAN. It has currently 3 chapters right now, and I saw the artist on Twitter, and I said, you know what? I would really like to make a review out of this, webtoon, like a mini review out of this webtoon, because it's only 3 chapters long. And he said I would love to, and then from then, I knew I had to make it. If an artist sees me react to their content in some way, shape, or form, or react to their piece or their work, and like I would love you to cover it and give some coverage and light to the my piece, my work. I then feel it not entitled, but I then feel like I really got to show out for that person. Really got to make this video for that person. So today, my fault. So today, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to speak a little bit more slow, a little more condensed, so people can understand what I'm trying to say. You feel me? And let's get into it. With the intro to BAKAMAN. The intro page to BAKAMAN, and it says everything by Yaka Kana. I think that's how you say it. If I butchered it, I apologize. You can DM me on Twitter if I butchered it terribly, and just like have a recording of you saying it properly. This is the cover. The cover is fire, like absolutely fire. Fire. Love the color. Love the muscle definition. Love how exaggerated the muscle is already. And then we start off with a little bit of the story. Since it's 3 chapters long, it's gonna be less of a review and more of a summary, so you can get a feel for the actual the artwork, the actual webtoon. We start off with him saying, 2 guys in an alleyway with like smiley emoji mask on. One says, well, apparently that hitman agency got taken out by a single guy. One dude? He must have been crazy. The dude running down. The dude in question they're talking about running down after him. And then he literally he grabs one dude by his chest. He grabs the other dude by his head top. I think he just fisted. He did a crackhead fist into his face, and then launched them both into the room. One thing I love is already perspective. I love how it's drawn. I love the smears. It reminds me a lot of, not Vincent Chan's hard animation, but like Masami Mori. I think that's his name, and he has a couple of students that are animators. I'm gonna see if I can pull up 2 clips right there. You feel ski? And that's the type of style it reminds me of, and I really do love it. And it just feels like, again, one of those series that feels like it should be in motion. And the henchman clicks the red button that Drake was supposed to click but never did, and then we just see him charging up a massive scream. And it's just like, damn, look at that perspective. Like, feel me? Look at that perspective. And by the end, we're going to give the ratings that we usually give: art style, world building, writing, character dynamics. We're going to give that at the end. But just going through it, I love the perspective on these shots. I love how it's framed. I love how it's like we're doing top down, but the body feels so long, but we still know he's not probably that tall, but he's still pretty tall. And then we get a little bit into the backstory, right? And it's going to be a summary, but not insanely in-depth summary. We're not going to show every panel and every page, because we need y'all to actually go read the original product, right? I'm not going to plagiarize. I want you to actually read the original product. I want you to actually engage with his work, follow his work, and be like, okay, let me see the parts he missed, and let me try to keep up with the story. You feel me? Character says, I have nothing to do tomorrow, so you sure? Where do you want to go? Because she wants to go somewhere. His girl want to go somewhere, and it's a black queen. You feel me? She looking bad too. And she's like, for real? Okay, let me think. What about... And then someone busts into his apartment window. He's like, hey, who are you? And it's just a robotic henchman stepping on his face. And I love the perspective once again in this shot. How you can see the focal point of his face, and everything zooming out and shrinks from his face. Like, the focal point is his face getting switched down, but everything, you can still see everything. I don't even know how to explain it. That's how great the perspective is. See her, like, you just see him collapse her up, like grab and snag his shorty. And her name is Bianca. We find out her name is Bianca. Feel me? She gives off very Bianca vibes with curly hair. Feel me? And the henchman says, hey ho, are these the ones? Yes, it's dumb. And then he has a pink head. It's not red, but it's pink, but it looks the exact same head as the main character has in the current time. Why is that? We find out. We see him take off his shirt, And you can just see already, but it's just aura. He's aura farming. There's no reason for him to look this cool while taking off his shirt. There's never this reason for him to take off his shirt and look this cool, but they want him to, and I like that. And they put a helmet on both of the cats. They put the helmet on the MC, they put a helmet device on the villain. And it connects to their spinal cord. A flash happens, and then they switch bodies. And not switch bodies, I'm gonna make a correction. They switch heads specifically. You know? And then we see the reaction of his girl, where she's literally crying after seeing the reaction of him switching. You can see the emotion drawn on her face and how truly terrified and sad she is to see her boyfriend's head be on another man's face. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you, the dialogue in this story is very funny, because the way they talk about the fact that he has the other dude's head, it's really funny. It's like, oh, you lost your head. I'm gonna get my head and my girl back. It's just funny to think about, right? See her crying to Ken. His name's Kenny. To see him, or like, he just looks so cool. And he looks like he would be in motion. Like, just so fire. So tough. The screen shatters. And then we switch over to mirror breaking. That he slams one of the henchmen in to transition from flashback. I like that. That's an interesting way to do a transition from the flashback. And then while he's walking into the mafia base, we find out the reason he's going to his mafia base is because one of the henchmen that work under the Aho guy is the mafia head boss. So he's like, I bet I heard he's here. I'm gonna find out more information on Aho, you feel ski? And I'm gonna walk in and just do my thing. And you can see him strutting. Like, the focal point is his leg and everything's out of focus. Like, the focal point is his foot taking the step. And I like that. It's just so interesting. It just makes it weird but interesting at the same time. And he's like, I'm gonna beat the location of Bianca out of him. He charges up with some, like, the background's like blue skies. The focal point is his knee and his head as he's about to take this lunge forward. And he takes an insane lunge forward with his neck, and his back is the focal point. Then he walks in, and I love how it's paneled. I love his panel. You can see under his arm is literally a henchman saying, get him! And he's walking out all strut like absolute fire perspective. The perspective work. That's what I meant to say. The perspective work in this piece, in this webtoon, is amazing. And then we just see him throwing hands, getting ready to throw hands as he has the literal sky behind him and glistening off his chest. I don't know why. It just looks cool. And he just punches a dude's whole head all the way to his ankles at this point. I'm pretty sure his spine is not the same. And you just see he punched him and it looked like the sky was behind him. Fighting, at one point in time, he's fighting a massive John. He goes for the punch down. He dodges the punch down. You can see the black outline on his shoulder. He grabs on top of his hand. He's jumping up, like he's climbing off his hand to get leverage, and it kicks him in the face. Now, what I will say is that that's actually the exact scene itself, and I feel like there should be one more panel right there to show that, like, he's about to charge up his kick to hit the tall dude in the face, but still conveys it well enough. I was just a little confused when I first read it. And even then you can't, because right here when you're reading in succession and you're going through it and you're not like trying to read fast and trying to take your time and analyze each panel, because I'm literally doing an analyst video, you don't notice at first. Like, you see the little blue, but you don't fully notice at first that he kicked his head until you see, oh, his head's at the ground. They're like, oh yeah, he kicked him. And I love that even in here he just looks, look how small he looks. Look how stonky he looks. It's funny. This battle scene where he literally, it's like great choreography. Literally, you can see at the bottom, at the left, you can see a hand coming out, which is the next dude about to fight, right? And then you see the dude with the blade. He dodges on the dude with the blade. Then he catches the other dude's fist, hits him in the face. He sees another fist coming up. He grabs bro and grabs him with his arms, like he tackles him and then kicks him into a whole pillar. And your leg not supposed to move like that. It's just not. Your leg just not supposed to move like that. Literally does a Superman jump all the way up to the next pillar because he knows he's on the top floor. So he does a Superman jump and you just see the smear marks off him. And obviously the onomatopoeia in the background, not the background, but in the like at the bottom saying "boo." To show how fast he went up, and I see a little bit of comedy here when he says, "I should not have eaten Bako's dings last night." Basically, Taco Bell. Bako dings, Bako dings, like the ding of a bell, and Bako instead of Taco Bell. He took some Taco Bell, and he literally ran in there and using the toilet paper to center him. That's good. That's funny. And you just see, look at him staying stuck after just laying out his enemy. Enters the main mafia boss's room, and we see this cool dude in the background. And then he says, "How does it feel to have Aho's head on you?" No, he says, "How does it feel to have Aho's head?" Hey, yo, pause for one. And then he says, "It's gross." And he said, "Gross? How dare you? That belongs to the one and only Aho. You should feel honored that he chose to give his head to you." Pause number 2. He's like, oh, okay then, freak nasty boy. If I had his head, I would cry. Pause number 3. That's insane. He gives you tear-jerking head? That's insane. Pause. Remember, you lost. He didn't take it from you. It was always his. And he said, "You know how it works here. People like you and me have no right to own anything. Because the ones who get to decide to own are the people at the top, the strong. If they want something, they can take it even if we thought it was ours." And we just see how his fist is balled up because he's tired of him talking. He only wants to get to action. And I respect that. Then they get straight to action. Straight to that mushka mashka action. Literally, you can just see them lining up. And I love when mangas, webtoons do this, where it's a long page spread of action or anything, and then you can just flip and rotate it in the camera. And you can just see them charging up to hit each other. He hits bro first. Right in his jaw. And you can see the distortion effect on his face. And he got hit first. He didn't get the hit in. And he's like, "I got hit because this is the first time I'm getting hit." He's capable. He knows he's capable. So for him to get hit for the first time, it's like, damn, I got hit. That's crazy. And then he gets kneed in the stomach. And I love how it's like, it reminds me of Piccolo versus Android 17, where they were punching each other's guts out. Or just a Dragon Ball Z punch where you punch him and you can see like the bulge coming from their back. Where it looks like he punched him and it's like a smear. His entire back got smeared out. Pause. Hey, yo, that's crazy. But nah, that's fire. That's fire. I love the depiction of force. But then bro starts like, the bro keeps yapping. He's like, "See, you lost." He keeps telling him, you lost, you suck. And he grabs him by his chain and hits him dead in the face. It's like, we didn't even fight. And I tried my best, all right. I was literally like, I tried to fight it, but I got jumped. They broke into my crib. They kidnapped my shorty. I didn't get the opportunity for fair ones. You feel me? So Bianca's still my girlfriend. You ain't kidnapped my girl and think I ain't going, that ain't my girlfriend. That's my girl. Feel me? That head is still mine. Pause. And I'm getting them both back. I promised myself I would. I promised Mikey too. No matter what happens, I will get them back. I will. We don't know who Mikey is yet. But Mikey, so far, is his informant on certain things. And Mikey gave him the low up about this place. So he's like, "Stop acting like I won't. Because I'm about that action. Bilski. I'm about that work. I'm about that action. We can get it cracking whenever." And after he cracks bro's entire face, he's like, "Yes, more hatred. Hate me more. Loathe Aho more. Prove me wrong." And it looks like he has gold grills, which is funny. Because his teeth are shiny. And then that's the end of chapter 3. Yes, that was 3 chapters. It's very quick. If you think that I just didn't cover a lot, no. It's very quick, 3 chapters. It's a very quick read through. I don't know when the 4th chapter is going to be out. I can contact the author to see when maybe the 4th chapter can be out. Maybe, but that's going to be like some private things. But yeah, that's all 3 chapters. Time to get into the rating, right? Art style. I don't even got to tell you. I can just throw up images right here and then put the score. I don't got to say too much. Writing wise, I'd say writing, it's going to get an NA. I feel like writing is going to get an NA because I feel like, because of the first 2 chapters, we don't really have enough to say that the writing's great. Like, I don't have enough to say there's good writing here. It has the makings of good writing, but it's too early on to say, oh yeah, the writing is good. Like, the author was able to set something up and it played off later. Like, I haven't got enough off of it. There's not enough story to say the writing is great. So it would be unfair to rate that. So I'm just gonna just throw that at the side. I'm just gonna throw that out the window, right? World building, so far like a 20 out of 25. I love how the author has been dropping a lot of things with the story, just been dropping a lot of pieces here and there. The mafia exists, Glazer exists. Aho is someone that deals with the mafia. He's also cyberpunk. We already know how the world is because we have cyberpunk people. Aho cyberpunk. We tell what type of feature it is. Feel me? We can also tell that there's just people who are insanely strong for some reason. We don't know yet, but we hear little things here and there. And we can already kind of tell how the world is in the cyberpunk future because of how the glazed dog himself was speaking about it. Was like, oh yeah, like gang, feel me? You know how the world works. Only the strong get the right to do what they want to do, and you ain't strong, and it is what it is. You gotta accept that you were in the wrong. The winners get to rewrite history. The winners, the strong, get to dictate what's right. Right? I like that. It just gives clarification to what period and how the world works. So I say 20 out of 25. And finally, we got character dynamics. I feel like if I had to give it, because I'm trying to recompile everything in my head, because we have him chilling with his girl. I'm trying to think of character dynamics. We have the henchman talking, feels real. Him chilling with his girl, I like that part of the time. And I think the scene the henchman actually scared of bro was also fun to see. And then the fight was like, the conversation in the fight was funny. Where he eventually had enough of him talking, and he started to like, yo, leave me alone and just shut up. It wasn't even a fair fight. I didn't get the chance. She's still my girl. I'ma still get my head down. I promise that on me. I promise that on my brother Mikey them. You feel ski? Ain't nobody gonna say ain't gonna get back, and that's what I'm gonna do. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting back my head of my girl, Filski. And that felt real, because like he talking, he glazing him. He got to do the counter glaze. So I give it a 20 out of 25. No, 18 out of 25. 19 out of 25. I'm giving 19 out of 25 because I like it, but it definitely needs more time to cook for me to solidify as a 20 out of 25. And it definitely needs more chapters to cook for me to be like, oh yeah, this is a 25 out of 25. Because it's only the first 3 chapters. So that's really the end of the review. This is a short review, literally a short review. Probably shorter than my other reviews I've done so far. Probably going to be easier to edit, right? But if y'all want to, read it, I read it on WEBTOON. I could throw it up right here. If you want to know the artist's Insta, I could throw it up right here. I could throw this up right here if you like the video. You can like, comment, share, subscribe. The Discord's in the description too. And feel me? You can also just like drop a subscribe, just like comment down below. What would you rate this? This WEBTOON. Comment down below what you want me to rate in the future. Feel me? And just continuously comment down below. Just continuously join the community, bro. Because we gotta keep Rex company and my other boy that's in their company. We gotta keep the boys in their company. You feel me? Let's get it. Let's get cracking. Peace and bless up to all of y'all. Keep God in your life. Amen. I was about to say Laton. Wrong rebuke. Amen.